Welcome back to Chippo Fishing. I have not done a video of tying jigs in a while. So these crappy jigs, this color pattern sometimes is very, very effective and easy and fun to do. So as you can see, we've got some lighter brown and some darker brown. So either one, whatever you have to make. And the tools that we're going to use today, you have fingernail clippers, pair of scissors. This is just fun to say. Whip finisher. And that's how you finish up your tie. And then we have our thread with a bobbin. It's best to use brown thread, which I have run out of. So this is a black thread, which still hides pretty well. And then some type of a very thin chenille. We've got, different colored browns, and I'm probably gonna use this cocoa brown and finish this up. And this is a little bit different shade than that, but I'm going to use this and go ahead and probably finish this up. So, and you can get these at your craft stores, eBays. So that should be plenty enough to finish up. So, and when I tie my jigs, I use Eagle Claw, ball head jigs, laser sharp, and these are sickle hooks. So some people like sickle hooks, some people do not. And we're using a dyed deer hair, and as you see, this has been dyed. There's the skin. So I'll try to explain stuff as I go along. This is my vise. Nothing spectacular, but and it just clips right here like a little vise. So we'll go on top of here. Yes. Okay. So I'll try to be a little bit neat, but sometimes it's difficult. And to get this, I'm probably going to have to stand up over top of it. Maybe this can get it right here. If I put it up here like this. If you can't see it, let me know. So I'm using an orange jig head. If you notice the keeper right here, which is part of the lead head, I'm just going to come right in here and leave the collar on, and just come right in here and just cut it off. There we go. It doesn't necessarily have to have that strong of a taper, or if it's burred, it's still going to be okay. So this vise, we squeeze right here, squeeze, put it in here. I hope you guys can see this. I'm going to adjust it out a little bit, and I like to put it right around in there. Okay, I'm going to start my base thread. Got my bobbin. I'm going to put it through here, put a finger on here, about where the hook starts, the point of the hook, and come around. Spin. If you notice, this does not have the same diameter as here, so we're going to start a little taper back and forth until it gets close to that. Now, by our first layer, we've already secured the thread to here. Do not use any glue or fingernail polish on these guys. And I'll come out here to the head, and I'll run a few little laps here too. Okay, next we're just ready to, we're just rocking and rolling here, just so you can see. Here's the deer hair. So I could put this much on there, but that would be way much and hard to tie and would not, probably not stay on that well. So, and too little might not be the best effect. So we're going to get about this much. And we're going to come here close to the hide and just snip. Okay, in here you also have some small hair, so I will pinch out a little bit. Some just fell out, but that's okay, we'll make do. Now I want to group it together, some of the smaller hair, by flipping it out like this. You'll not have that problem. So this is probably quite a bit, but okay, I'm going to go a very loose loop. And if you notice, the ball head and this is slightly not touching, but close to it. That's going to be quite a bit of hair. So let's clean up some of this stuff here. Okay, I think that looks a little more reasonable. You don't want it too far out. There we go. Nice loose loop. Another loose loop. And then we can start to secure it. We're going to stretch it out and go out here to the back. Now, technically, a lot of people are saying that's not how it should be done. But you know what? It works. I'm just having fun. Okay, so I'm going to go back. Here's your point of your hook. I'm going to stop before the point of the hook. And that will be your body. Now, I don't want to continue any further than I'm going to have the body of the jig, which is like the chenille. Okay, so if you saw how it was puffed up, and your string will pull it down, and you can secure it. Okay, so now I'm going to build up between this thread base and the ball, because you don't want too much, but you definitely don't want too little, because you all get pinched in there. Now I'm going to start with my brown. I guess I'll use, well, we'll do something different. Let's use this brown. Okay, I'm going to place this end behind the ball head on the thread. And again, loose. Now look here. When you're doing this, if you just go like that, it'll be effective. But if you give it a little half twist, when you give it a half twist, it'll help hold that circle. Okay, so I'm going to snug it. There we go. I'm going to work it all the way back here to the end. Folks, I apologize, but my photographer is on vacation right now. So, actually, I don't have a photographer. It's just me. Okay, now I have secured my chenille down the body. Okay, and I'm going to give this a little bit of snug in here. Now, when you start snugging things, you need to have somewhat of a basis of how strong your string is and how strong you're tugging, because it's difficult to retie, but it is possible. Okay, I'm going to start here very close to the end, maybe even past the thread with this type chenille. I'm going to loop, and you can go ones or twos. I'm going to use, you can go one time, or you can come back again and go 2 or 3 times. But I'm going to wrap it sort of tight and snug so that it comes up against here. Now we're getting to the V between the body and the head. I will go ahead and make a couple other wraps. and get it somewhat close. Okay, I will take my thread and go behind the chenille. Now, don't let your thread wrap up over top of the ball. You got to get it between the ball and your chenille. And this will actually tame your chenille or the body back while leaving the ball a little bit more exposed. So, whereas if it was up before, it would be down. So that's, folks, what you want to do right now. So, and we're going to go behind it. And then we're going to go in front of it. Okay, notice I'm going to snug it down, and that thread just disappears between the chenille and the ball head. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do one more behind, and then snug it in. Now this chenille is thin. If I tug on it, it'll probably break right there, which will save me some scissors work. Okay, so it's normally pretty clean when it does that. This is not the best vise, but it does good for me. Okay, whip finisher. Here we go, crash course. Where this ball, where it swivels here, thumb and forefinger covering here, and then here. Go in the notch, in the hook, and bend it down and pull up. Now we have a figure 4. Okay, this piece here is going to stay there, and we're going to wrap around it. 1, 2, and pull down. You're pulling off the bobbin and pulling down on this. 3, 4. Unsnap it, snug it up. Okay, I'm going to pull this further in. Oh, that's sinking in good. Now, where I've got a little bit of the chenille hanging out. So, but we will take care of that with the thread. 1, 2, 3. If you notice, I'm putting a little bit of pressure on here where the hook or the jig is bending down a little bit. Okay, now let's continue. No certain numbers of times. Sometimes it's just like 4 and 3. Sometimes it's 3, 4, 5. I try to snug it in here to make sure it is good. So part of the numbers that's in here wrapped around depends on the material built up between the thread base, the chenille, and the ball head. Okay. I'm going to go 3 more. And coming around here. Okay. I'm going to snug it up. Now, as I said before, you can use a drop of glue or some fingernail polish, or most people will use glue, but you know what? Before this baby will break or fall apart, it'll get hung up, lost, or just worn slap out before. So that is how we tie that one. Questions, comments, please get back with me. This is not the most prettiest, but it's quality that works. And be honest, most of your products for sale out there are designed to catch fishermen and not fish. But this is just quality that works. And this color pattern, simplicity that works. It's a good color combination. All right, thank you for joining me. And hey, it was fun. Let's do it again. Peace.